You're listening to the John and Heidi Show. Now, featuring the wit and wisdom of Dan Farris.
Okay, dudes, let's walk this sucker.
On Sunny 93.3.
Faith, freedom, and the best music of the 80s and 90s. You are listening to Sunny 93.3. It's time now for the John and Heidi Show bonus hour with Dan Farris. How you doing, Dan?
Oh, it's weathered another spectacular weekend on the prairie.
Oh, yeah.
Amazing little sunny 93.3 Christmas bash Friday.
Memories were made.
We had steak afternoon.
Yeah.
By insane bingo action going on.
It was fun. It was fun stuff.
There's just something about rocking expensive custom tuxedo top with Zumba bottoms. I think we made a statement there, John.
We got photos to prove we had fun.
We're so
good.
Classy. Big day in American history. We were not there, but it was in all the newspapers. It was this very day, 1773, the Sons of Liberty threw bunches of tea.
Oh.
Entire shipments into the Boston Harbor.
Tea Party Day.
Yup, in protest against the British-imposed Tea Act.
Yeah.
Yup, and then just sent a little message to the king going, yeah, hey, England, going to be a couple changes around here.
We ain't doing things the way we've been doing things.
There you go. And also...
the rest is history. One thing led to another.
And then
we have our freedom.
And then we're wearing mega hats. I don't know.
You know the crazy thing? There are a lot of people that don't quite understand how long that took, because that was 1773. We actually declared our independence 3 years later, 1776.
Yeah.
George Washington did not become president until 1789. So think about that. For 13 years.
You know, it's fascinating to me, and I was having this conversation with my kids not too long ago. Now, Luke and Sadie are both in their really early 30s. And something got brought up about founding fathers, Constitution, liberty, freedom, blah, 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 whatever. I said, you know, it's interesting to keep in mind our founding fathers were primarily people in their early 20s and early 30s.
Yeah, isn't that crazy?
That came up with this entire experiment we call the United States of America.
Awesome.
I believe divinely inspired.
Pretty amazing.
It is. So thanks, guys. You did a good job.
Yeah, they did.
There you go. So remember,
We just gotta try not to mess it up.
Too
Tea
late.
Party night
Much
tonight.
more.
Let's get a designated driver.
Yes, if you're celebrating Tea Party Day.
Keep it safe out there.
Wouldn't the proper way to do that be just with tea?
Long Island iced tea. It's a whole different world
Just
there.
regular tea. Thanks for listening to the John and Heidi Show bonus hour with Dan Farris on Sunny.
It's the most wonderful time of the year, but it can also be expensive. One survey found 44% of shoppers racked up more than $1,000 in holiday debt last year, and 5% accumulated more than $5,000 in debt. Are you still paying for last year's Christmas gifts? Maybe you need better credit cards. We'd love to help at bettercreditcards.com. Find a card that's a better fit for your needs. Some like cards with points or miles. Others just want a lower rate. Find what you're looking for at bettercreditcards.com.
Faith, freedom, and the best music of the 80s and 90s. It's time now for Ranger Dan's Critter Corner on Sunny 93.3.
Well, I'm rough, tough, and ready. I'm a heck of a man. Eat my beans and weenies from a frying pan.
He's Ranger Dan.
Easy. I'm Ranger Dan. Well, I loves to wrestle bears and lasso ducks, run over possums in my government truck.
He's Ranger Dan.
Easy. I'm Ranger Dan. Well, I loves all the campers and the animals too. If you're picking on critters, I'm coming after you.
He's Ranger Dan.
Yes, sir. I'm Ranger Dan.
Good morning, Ranger Dan.
Good morning, Ranger Dan.
Oh, I mean, good morning and off to a shiny brand new week for you couple there, Small and Heidi, John. Oh, Radio Rangers at home. It's another epic weekend in Ranger Dan world. First of all, I want to thank everybody who came out for the first annual Ranger Dan $10 Christmas tree blowout sale.
How did that go anyway?
Well, things were going along pretty darn fine, as a matter of fact. My apologies to people that didn't get in on the action. We had to cut things a little bit short. We just pulled into Lewis Drug at 26 and Sycamore just a little bit after midnight, and gosh darn it, wouldn't you know it. Here comes one of them little young fellas in one of those Sioux merchant patrol vehicles. Look, hits his I-beam, a little floodlight there, and gosh, imagine his surprise. You know, I do run that 2003 PT Cruiser, rust tan mini blinds back with Nebraska plates, but what you don't know is it happens to rock a Dodge 6.1 liter SRT8 Hemi long block engine with dual carbs, cold air intake Max Pro Nitro booster.
Nice.
I believe that young fellow is still sitting in his little Sioux Merchant Patrol truck going, what the heck just happened? Oh, we do like to have our fun, but again, there's thanks to several hundred people that did get their $10 Christmas trees, and we apologize. We'll try to make the full circuit next year on that.
Nice.
Don't forget Critter Knowledge. That's why we're here. Did you know?
Yeah.
Little radio rangers, turtles, crocodiles, alligators, dolphins, whales, beavers will drown if you hold them underwater too long.
No kidding. So don't do that is what you're saying?
And through experience, apparently that holds true for dogs, cats, most livestock as well. That's it for me, the Smart Little Radio Rangers. You know the drill. Stay in school, go to church, say your prayers, eat your vegetables. Don't be playing soccer. And goodness gracious, don't let me catch you wearing Crocs. Ranger Dan out. Yes.
Again, Ranger Dan's Critter Corner on Sunny 93.3.
This time of year, we have many events that involve alcohol. If you struggle to drink without drinking too much, there is help. There are programs designed to help take alcohol out of your life for good at timeforrehab.com. Don't let a drinking problem spill over into other areas of your life. Get help to quit drinking and start living the life you truly deserve at timeforrehab.com. Your insurance may cover everything. Learn more at timeforrehab.com. That's timeforrehab.com.
Faith, freedom, and the best music of the 80s and 90s. You are listening to Sunny 93.3. It's time now for Water Cooler Talk, brought to you by Aqua One. Mr. Dan Farris back in the studio with some news, maybe.
Yeah, a little bit of station business first,
okay.
And then a really great story, too, because, it's that time of year where I become Santa Claus.
Oh, yeah.
Nice.
See? I'm a genius. Hey, a couple things. Mike and Jeff and our crew over at Tire Motive.
Yeah.
They have extended what we started last month, or what they started last month, where portions of every single oil change they were doing in November would go to benefit Big Paws Canine Foundation right here in Sioux Falls. They literally did over hundreds of oil changes, and they're extending that through December.
Yeah, so if you haven't done it yet and you need an oil change, now is the time to do it.
And we're going to give one away.
Really?
Right now for Christmas. Yep. Expert oil change up to a $50 value if you're running synthetic in your vehicle. We ain't playing around here. And this week's winner is Jennifer Wallace of Sioux Falls.
Yay.
Jennifer.
That's awesome.
Congratulations, Jennifer.
Jennifer. Congrats for everybody here at Sunny, and of course, me, Santa Claus. Yeah, Santa. That's what I'm like. It's my money, which it isn't, but... So there you go. And also, and we're very familiar with this story, getting back to Water Cooler Talk, what's happening around Sioux Falls. This is huge, huge news. Got this press release last night, as a matter of fact. And you've probably seen it on Facebook. Maybe you've seen it mentioned on some of the local news outlets. But it is legit. It is true. And it's all going to happen now that new veteran military and civilian nonprofit corporation that has, in fact, purchased what was the Badlands Pond building on West Russell Street.
Exciting.
It's a great day for Sioux Falls.
Yep, to be known as the South Dakota Military Heritage Alliance, Inc. Mm-hmm. Building's going to have multiple veteran and military-themed organizations. For instance, locally here, the VFW is moving over there. American Legion Post 15 will be housing over there. This is what Heidi's really excited about. That state-of-the-art gun range is going to be fully operational again.
So great.
They have plans for an amazing military museum. Other organizations will be involved, and we had the pleasure of actually getting a private tour a few weeks ago.
Yeah, it's a neat place.
And
it's going to be so great when they're done.
It's going to be a huge impact. Going to be kind of one of a kind in the United States of America. And there's a lot of interest already from other states and other organizations. So. Yeah. Yep, absolutely.
I think it's going to be a really neat thing.
Yeah,
I'm
we
super excited.
Some of the people behind the scenes who've been putting this together for really quite some time, and we just feel honored and blessed to be, to know them and what they're doing, and hopefully help them out as the time unfolds here. And they expect it to be open and up and flying at the latest spring of next year. So.
Yeah, it'll be here before you know
excited.
it.
Yeah,
I think it's really cool. I've got a link to that story on our Facebook page, all of the details from the press release. And the way I do that, by the way, I copy and paste the entire press release. So there are some stories where you read it, and then it's like, well, it's what that journalist decided they wanted to tweak the story and make it say what I just took the whole press release and put it there. So there's some places you go where you're going to see different spins of what that journalist felt like saying about it. Mine is straight from the horse's mouth.
Yeah, and keep in mind that, and there's always misinformation or kind of half-baked information, or when I first and foremost, this is important, there are no tax dollars involved in this.
Nope.
Right.
It's not a city project.
These are all private dollars, donations, investors, et cetera, et cetera. So, I think it's going to be fantastic, not just for Sioux Falls, but the entire state and really the Midwest when you think about it.
And this is an investment that was a $20+ million complex when it was all put together. Like, they spared no expense doing this, and they were able to buy it for $9 million, which is an amazing deal. And then, the money was donated from several organizations, which I'm sure over the next few weeks we'll probably be getting press releases on who those were and all of that, because I know eventually that's all going to be public knowledge as well. But again, congrats to the veterans and military families and in just the city of Sioux Falls, the people who live here. Great opportunity right up there in North Sioux Falls. I think it's going to be cool. Thanks for sharing that, Dan.
Oh, absolutely. We'll keep you updated as things bounce along with that.
Coming up in a bit, we've got the Maverick Recruiting Top Gun of the Week. That is on the way. Thanks for listening to the John and Heidi Show bonus hour with Dan Farris on Sunny.
It's the most wonderful time of the year, but it can also be expensive. One survey found 44% of shoppers racked up more than $1,000 in holiday debt last year, and 5% accumulated more than $5,000 in debt. Are you still paying for last year's Christmas gifts? Maybe you need better credit cards. We'd love to help at bettercreditcards.com. Find a card that's a better fit for your needs. Some like cards with points or miles. Others just want a lower rate. Find what you're looking for at bettercreditcards.com.
Faith, freedom, and the best music of the 80s and 90s. You are listening to Sunny 93.3. It's time right now for the Maverick Recruiting Top Gun of the Week.
I love this.
Revving up your engine, listen to her howling roar.
No, that's really how it goes.
Metal under tension, begging you to touch and go.
Okay.
Highway to the little Rip danger zone.
You're not going to chime in with him?
Awesome. No.
So this each week at this time we do this Maverick Recruiting Sunny Radio Top Gun of the Week. And huge thank you to our friends at Maverick Recruiting, John and the team there. We'll talk a little more about what they do here in a second. But first, I hand the microphone over to Heidi. And I'm usually a little nervous when I do that because I never know what she's going to say. But this is the one time I'm okay with it. Because
I'm always good when it comes to this feature.
That's what I'm saying. With this one, it is. But there's a lot of times I wouldn't just hand the mic to you. So tell me.
Work out your marriage in your own time, John.
So tell me, who is our Top Gun of the Week?
I, this week, have to do a major shout out to Damon John out of Grand Falls.
Super nice dude.
He is always there with a huge smile on his face, working his butt off all night long.
Yeah.
At every event that we ever go to out there. And this time he was even hobbling around with crutches and he had a boot on his foot and he still knocked it out of the park. He was just smiling and in a good mood. And you know it had to have been uncomfortable.
Oh,
but
yeah.
He did not let it show at all.
Yeah, he has on his right foot like a big walking
Just
boot.
had a surgery.
Yeah, had a surgery. So. But he's still, for Frank Caliendo last Thursday, he's walking around in thousands of people, making it through the crowd and making sure that people got their meet and greets and all that stuff.
And anytime we've just ever been out there, he's just always been absolutely awesome.
That really impressed me with Damon this summer, the Give Foundation did a big golf event. And during that golf event, they raised money by saying, if we hit a certain dollar amount, we're going to shave Damon's head. And Damon was like, we're going to do what now? No, he actually said he gave him permission ahead of time, and they did that. And everybody that bid and was involved in that got to cut some of his hair off. So I got to go up and cut off some of his hair.
Oh, nice.
But I was like, how cool is it that he did that, too,
He's
to raise dough for the
Give
Foundation?
Just a cool guy and a hard worker, and he deserves a little bit of special attention.
Too. There you go. Well, congratulations to Damon John from Grand Falls Casino and Golf Resort. Now, if you would like to maybe find some awesome people to join your team, that's what Maverick Recruiting does. This is the Maverick Recruiting Top Gun of the Week on Sunny. Maverick Recruiting, they help people find really great jobs, but they also help businesses find really great people. So if you happen to be a business looking for solid people for your team, maverickrecruiting.com is the place to go. If you happen to be a person saying, you know what, I I think I deserve better than where I'm at right now, and I want to look and see what's out there. And I know that's always tough, but reach out to John at maverickrecruiting.com and talk to him about how he can help you find a better opportunity.
He really does always have great opportunities.
Here's the cool thing. If you're looking for a new position, if you're a person looking for a new position, it literally will cost you nothing to work with John. And the only thing that's going to happen, if he finds you a better job, take it. If it doesn't, then don't take it. But you have nothing to lose. So reach out, maverickrecruiting.com. Thanks for listening to Sunny 93.3.
Student loan debt is now the second highest consumer debt category, behind only mortgage debt. It's higher than both credit cards and auto loans. Believe it or not, the average graduate walks away with anywhere from $25,000 to almost $40,000 in student loans. 2% even manage to owe over $100,000 by the time they graduate. If you have student loans, let us consolidate them into one loan and one payment at singlestudentloan.com. If you only have one student loan, we may offer a better rate to help you get that paid off sooner. Singlestudentloan.com. That's singlestudentloan.com.
Faith, freedom, and the best music of the 80s and 90s. You are listening to Sunny 93.3. It's time now for entertainment news of the day with Mr. Dan Farris.
Celebrities are fabulous. They take your mind off your own fairly horrible little lives. It's the holidays. Holidays is a big showbiz time of year when you think about it. It is. I mean, card-carrying Christians, all about Jesus, birth of Jesus, but, everything else is a lot of glitter going on, a lot of sparkle, there's a lot of show tunes happening, there's music, there's movies, there's plays, there's concerts, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. Just read a national survey, and we were talking about this just the other day. America's least favorite Christmas songs.
Oh, wow.
So prepare to argue.
Okay.
Yep.
John and Heidi, here is the preliminary list, not in any specific order, but the least favorite Christmas songs of adults in the United States of America. 12 Days of Christmas.
Yes, agreed.
I could see that.
Kind of goes on. Walk and Run in a Winter Wonderland.
That one I disagree with.
See, I told you we're going to argue.
I like the Bob Rivers version the best.
Let It Snow, Let It Snow, Let It Snow.
Kind of repetitive.
Most people were in agreement on this. Grandma got run over by a reindeer.
Yeah. Although I got to tell you, there's a guy locally that did his own version.
Yeah, and he probably
Reindeer got run over by Grandma.
Horrible.
So he's dyslexic, is what
it's
you're saying.
Awesome.
No, it's not, John.
He did.
Anything by Alvin and the Chipmunks
I agree.
Yeah,
is on the no-fly zone.
It's really cool the first time, and then like the rest of the year, you just no.
Jingle Bells, any version, but especially the dog version.
Yes. Yeah.
Santa Baby, which I kind of like.
Santa Baby.
Kind of like. But
Eartha
again,
Kitt
this is just overall. Santa Claus is coming to town.
Yeah.
People don't really dig it.
I like some versions, but the one I don't, and I'm going to probably have some...
Bruce Springsteen.
Yeah.
Me too.
I'm going to have some people that are going to get mad about
and
that.
it does come down to a version thing.
Yeah.
For instance, when you just hear like a traditional version of like Little Drummer Boy, which is actually on this least favorite list.
It's one of my least favorite.
It is Heidi's least favorite.
But when you light it up by like For King and Country, it just smokes.
Oh, yeah. I agree.
And I happen to love, and these are some of my personal favorites, Mary Do You Know, by pretty much anybody. But when you watch it or listen to it by Pentatonics, it's amazing.
Oh, yeah. That is their favorite. I think that's their most popular song.
Also one of my favorite videos, not just one of my favorite Christmas songs, but the video is just a crack up. Vince Vance and the Valiants with All I Want for Christmas.
Oh, yeah. That's good.
That's pretty cool. Also, Please Come Home for Christmas, Don Henley with Eagles, and the Leon Redbone version of Baby It's Cold Outside.
Oh, yeah. So those are the good ones or those are the bad ones?
Those are just
your favorites.
Those are my personal favorites because I have a microphone, so I'm making it about me now.
Nice. I thought we were still on
my
the one.
favorite is Natalie Cole's Joy to the World.
There you go.
It's phenomenal.
See, music, like anything else, is very subjective.
Yeah.
I just thought it was some of them that made... Oh, and I should mention this. The last two of the least favorite. This was kind of stunning to me. Paul McCartney's Wonderful Christmas Time.
Oh, yeah.
Least favorite.
Oh, wow.
And John Lennon's So This Is Christmas.
Yeah, Heidi hates that.
Yeah, I don't.
Seriously.
I just don't like his voice.
Well, apparently
it's
her name is Heidi.
Apparently it's not just you.
Apparently not.
Because they both, two Beatles, believe it or not, are on the least favorite list, which I thought was fascinating.
Ringo Bells, is that on there?
That is not on
there. I really
there.
didn't mind the Paul McCartney one, though. Honestly, that particular Christmas song, I didn't mind that one, but I don't like the John Lennon one at all.
Well, thank you very much for that list.
Glad we could have this discussion.
By the way, if you're looking for Christmas music to hate, we don't play any of it here on Sunny Radio, but the reason we don't is because we have a commercial-free Christmas channel.
We do, yeah.
Snowy Radio. You can tune into that and hear all of those songs Dan just mentioned, the ones on the love list and the ones on the hate list as well, because it's all Christmas all the time there. SnowyRadio.com. Dan, thanks for coming in, man.
Hey, my pleasure. Thanks for having me. Appreciate it.
Again, Dan's in here each day with our entertainment news of the day right here. It's all part of the John and Heidi Show bonus hour with Dan Farris on Sunny.